Hey guys, coming at you. Medford, Oregon for me. Sarah, where are you at?
I'm in Oahu, Hawaii.
Woo! Sounds terrible. And Palmer's joining us. Yay for PJ. I know I talked about I feel pretty tenacious in most things that I do. I don't know if that stems from just growing up, childhood, growing up more into sports, athletics, and I just hated to lose. Whether it was like a board game or like a workout or a sporting event, like I would do anything I could possibly do for our team or myself to be victorious. Um, and so I feel like sometimes that I don't know. I feel like that comes natural to me, like being having the strength of will to continue to push through when things get hard. Um, I'm okay when I don't know. I feel like I almost do better when times are a little more difficult in certain areas of my life. I guess I should say. There are some areas where I tend to struggle when um, things sort of get hard, and I can tend to get in my head a lot. Um, but no, this training cycle has been good. Lots of things, kind of a little new addition to the family, so that's kind of been a blessing, but also prevent or kind of creates its own new obstacles and new challenges that we need to sort of overcome and look to grow from. So it's been great, huh, PJ? How's it been for you, Sarah?
Yeah, I think I came into this cycle a little bit with this, totally false, but this almost like misconception that this out of our six pillars, I think I would have at surface level thought that this is the one that I maybe needed the least amount of growing into. I think like you, like I would say that having strong willpower and a tenacious spirit is something that I've just kind of naturally had in an intense sense, competitive wise, just in the pursuit of academic things, any goals I set since I was pretty young.
Yeah,
And I think definitely being an athlete that has continued to foster that in me. So at surface level, honestly, my like preconception coming into this was that maybe this is something I'm a little bit more naturally inclined for anyway.
yeah,
Of course, it ended up being the one that I feel like I've experienced the most growth in thus far in the pillars that we have been practicing and training in that I really realized how much my sense of tenacity and my understanding of tenacity was based more on like willpower and grit factor rather than more of a patient waiting. And I don't think I really framed tenacity in that sense for myself in my life, which was definitely like a humbling thing to realize because I felt that I had really learned to adapt more to patience in the last couple of years of my life and really something I've been striving for. But when it came to that idea of tenacity, I still was stuck in this idea of like grit factor, put your head down and go, just willpower through it, which definitely has its merit. But in the long run, if tenacity is really, truly an endeavor of longevity, then it has to come with great patience. And so, yeah, this was definitely a huge learning experience for me. I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
yeah.
I really
It
enjoyed it.
almost sounds like learning to like surrender, sort of
Mm-hmm.
in the hard, difficult sort of tests and workouts that obviously we throw at the members and ourselves, throughout the weeks, but that also relates to real world life stuff too, like just surrendering when it gets hard and um, not necessarily trying to do it by your own strength and your own might all the time.
Yeah,
With
so
empty.
it was cool too watching our members. Just I think a lot of people in our initial test had a little bit of sense of fear about it. I mean, we had some really long tests. We had the row, We had the sled push with the bike. I
Yeah.
think there was a big intimidation factor on it. I think this is an area that we definitely need to press into even as a community. And so it's really cool to go from some conversations where people didn't even want to do those initial tests to really seeing them persevere in the training. And even hearing some people express like, oh, I'm excited, like when are we retesting, and like actually looking forward to doing those really hard things again, which I think is a huge testament to what has been learned even as a community in the last now
Yeah.
coming up in 7 weeks.
And it goes by fast.
Yeah, guys, we are excited then to hear about what you learned about tenacity, both in the gym and out. It is one and the same. How we work out and how we exercise is how we essentially do anything in our lives. So we're looking forward to hearing from you guys and what you learned from tenacity. And next week we will be talking about the concept of power and the discipline of power.
See you
All
guys
right.
soon.